Hello and welcome back to another edition of Memescape News, the best source of information on the current happenings of the Memescape. I am your host, Evan, and we've had a week. It hasn't been quite as interesting as some of the weeks we've had in the past couple months, but it's still a week nonetheless, and things to talk about, so let's get right to those current events. So there's only really one current event that I want to talk about this week, but oh boy is it a good one. So I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, already know that about 2 weeks ago, Kanye West announced that he was running for president. Now, I did not initially cover this when it first happened, because it slipped my mind. I probably should have immediately covered it, but I did not, so I'm doing it now. Of course, this has spawned huge amounts of memes, huge amount of media potential, because as you all know, when current events that are ridiculous happen, it will always create good memes. Turbulence creates upward movement in the meme economy. Some people were talking about whether he would have an actual chance in the election, whether he would possibly take votes away from the victor, possibly even spoil the election. I don't think that's likely, but it's an interesting and frankly simultaneously hilarious and horrifying scenario. There's been also a lot of talk with more recent tweets that he's been making, but I will not cover any of that today because I'm primarily focused on memes. I think this is a funny meme. I think that we're going to continue to see more of this as his strange yet wonderful campaign continues to develop. And as we continue to see more and more ridiculous claims brought on by him, especially COVID conspiracies, which are funny but also really sad.
I will fucking laser you with alien fucking eyes and explode your fucking head.
On to the meme economy. Meme economy is about neutral this week. We're still coasting on a lot of the memes from the past couple weeks, especially ones like, cake, the cakes. It's all Ohio, it's on a downwards trend. It's still, its peak was last week, really, but it still has some power. Generally, a lot of the formats aren't doing as well, again, at least for this week. The power of formats ebb and flow as time moves on, and, I've been thinking for a long time about whether it's best to tie the strength of the meme economy to them, but that's a conversation for another day. The new format that I want to talk about this week is Three Wolves, and essentially it's a nature photo of three wolves, two looking rather excited or happy with their mouths open, and the one in the middle with mouth closed. And from there, people can get a lot of different kinds of emotions. People have used, some people see the one in the middle as upset or maybe just uninterested or unhappy, or annoyed possibly, or generally negative emotions, and the ones on the side generally happy or good emotions, or just interested emotions, engaged, I suppose. And so people have used this as a format meme, one of those label memes, which is a very big category. It's a mid-tier meme. It's not high irony or highly interesting or highly original, but it's also not a real trash meme. It's not a real boring, extremely mainstream kind of thing. It's somewhere in the middle, like r/dank memes, not the cream of the crop, but not horrendous. Anyone who can come up with a half-decent idea and can use their hands can make one of these. It's a worthwhile investment. But so many people are making these that you might not get much of a return. But hey, if it makes a couple people laugh, that's a return in my book. And that's really about it. Sorry, I don't have a whole lot to talk about for this week, but this show is only as good as the amount of formats that I get to talk about, so... And finally for this week, this.
And what can you do, Maya?
I can sus.
that's about it for this edition of Memescape News. Did I miss something or say something inaccurate? Let me know right down there, and I will mention it next time. See you ladies and gents later.